Have you ever caught yourself saying, I'll just wait until after the holidays to start eating better? Does the thought of juggling family gatherings, parties, and holiday treats make you feel like now isn't really the time to focus on healthy eating? What if I told you that starting before the holidays could actually make them more enjoyable without feeling deprived? In today's episode, I'm going to be diving into why waiting to eat healthier until after the holidays might be holding you back. I'm going to explore some simple changes that can help you to avoid that dreaded holiday weight gain and give you more energy to really enjoy the season. And also help you feel better mentally and physically now and not just waiting till the new year to do that. So I hope that you guys catch the episode right before this where I sort of talked about this, but more from an exercise perspective. The episode ideas for these really came from in my personal training app. I have a group chat and I try on Mondays to give weekly quick videos around motivation or intentions. And before Halloween, we were talking about how people are going to deal with Halloween candy. Some people set a goal like November 1st. I'm just getting rid of the candy. I'm only going to have one a day leading up to that. And it goes back to this idea of we need to set clear intentions for what we want this holiday season. And it doesn't have to be perfection, but I encourage you guys to live intentionally. And I encourage you not to wait till the holidays are over, till January 1st comes to start taking care of you. And if you guys need help along your health journey, whether that's with personal training or health coaching, I encourage you to set up a free call where we can get to know each other and really chat about your struggles and make sure we can set you up so you can be successful and maintain consistency. Also, if you're looking to use my personal training app, you can just directly sign up and then I'm going to connect with you so we can get everything customized for the app, from workouts to healthy habits. You can be in on the group chat and those weekly motivational videos. And just as a bonus this week, if you guys sign up for my personal training app or health coaching calls, I'm going to give you my course, Healthy Inside and Out, for free. This is a very thorough course that really helps to break down nutrition in a practical and holistic way. So make sure you guys check the links down below to find out more information about those. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michele, mama 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. So I know that temptation to wait until after the holidays to start eating better or exercising is real and strong. It is just built into our culture. But that doesn't have to be you. And if that's what you've always done in the past, that doesn't have to be you this year. You can choose to do something different at any time. So I'm going to go over some reasons why you shouldn't wait until after the holidays, and then I'm going to go over some 5 practical tips to get you guys started. So number 1, if you start now, you're going to avoid that holiday weight gain. Like, it's so easy to put on 5, 10, 15 pounds during the holiday from overeating, from not exercising, from just not taking care of ourselves, and it's just not a good way to start the new year. And why would you wait to feel better later when you can feel better now by eating healthier foods and boosting your energy and your mood and really enjoying your holiday gatherings more without feeling sluggish and drained because you're overeating and you're overeating way too much sugar? And also can help you to manage your cravings better. When our eating starts to get out of control and we're just eating more sweets and more carbs, we're going to keep craving that, and those cravings are going to be stronger versus when we can take a more mindful and balanced approach. And it doesn't mean we're not going to have any treats, but when we can focus on all these healthy things first and then sprinkling in some of the treats, we're going to feel so much better and our cravings are going to be less. So let's get into some practical tips. So tip number 1 is to prioritize protein and non-starchy veggies. So anytime we eat, we really want to focus on making sure that we have a good amount of protein. This helps to maintain our muscle mass. It helps us to feel fuller. And the same thing with non-starchy veggies. So starchy veggies would be things like potatoes and corn, so those wouldn't be included. But those non-starchy veggies have fiber. It's going to help our gut health. It's going to help us feel full longer. We're going to get a ton of phytonutrients that just helps our body at a cellular level. So we're going to be more satisfied, and it's going to help us prevent from overeating on those heavier dishes. So when we go to sit down and eat, we can really start to think about, do I have protein? Do I have non-starchy veggies? As I was just talking to one of my clients recently, we're already, as I'm recording this is the end of October, I was already talking to her about how she's going to get through the holiday season and how she's going to be mindful at all the different parties that she has, work events, she has school events, she has family events. And this was one of those things that we talked about, prioritizing the protein and non-starchy veggies. And tip number 2 is to eat mindfully, to slow down, to enjoy your food. If you're going to have a cookie, can you slow down and actually enjoy that? And can you be present at the table with whoever is there? Or maybe if you're by yourself for a meal, can you just slow down and not be distracted by phone or electronics and just pay attention to your food? Just have some silence, because these will help you to avoid that overeating and feeling stuffed when we slow down. We're so often rushed that we're just shoving things down our throat, and this still happens to me sometimes, but when we can slow down, that is how we are meant to eat. Our body needs time to digest, and when we're in a higher anxiety state, our body isn't going to digest food as well. So when we can slow down and get more into that relaxation and that rest and digest, it is going to be better for our body, and we're just going to feel better. Tip number 3 is to have a good breakfast. And it doesn't matter what time that is, if you eat it in the morning or it's your first meal and it's really like a lunchtime, that first meal of the day, to make sure you are really focusing on making that a good, healthy meal. And so for most people, this is going to mean high protein. So especially when we have fasted overnight, however long that is for us, we want to break that fast with a good amount of protein, because our body has gone into a breakdown state. Our tissue, our muscles are breaking down. So we need that protein to start that protein synthesis, or that building of our muscle mass. So we want a good amount of protein. And typically what most of us, especially in the perimenopause and beyond, do not need is a bunch of carbs first thing in the morning. So really maybe something that's lower in carbs, but we're focused on, maybe you can get some non-starchy veggies. Maybe you're going to have some berries. Maybe you're going to have some healthy fats. And so we can start our day off good. One, I think it just helps our mindset that we are nourishing our bodies, that we are doing something good for ourselves. It also can help us from avoiding getting over hungry because we haven't ate. And I just want to share something that I typically include in my breakfast, and I have for almost 2 years now, is Organifi's green juice. It has a clinical dose, 600 milligrams of ashwagandha, which is an adaptogen herb that helps the stress response, helps you stay calm, which we all need through the holiday season. And it also has the different greens in it, and it has the green tea matcha, which helps with our energy, but without the coffee jitters. I can't tolerate caffeine. My body's just super sensitive to it. So I really like having my green juice as a really natural way to help my energy and to help my stress. I also really like Organifi's Gold, and I have this in the evening. I usually alternate. It just depends between the Organifi Gold or a cup of herbal tea. But the Organifi Gold has lemon balm, which is a great calming herb. It also has turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory, and ginger and reishi mushroom, and it really helps with relaxation. It's a really nice way to end the day. I really love the pumpkin spice flavor if they have that available when you guys order. It's really almost like a little treat. I like to have mine with some unsweetened almond milk. So it can be a nice little ritual. It can be a way as thinking of having a treat without actually having sugar and a treat. So if you guys are interested, it's an easy way to just help incorporate some nutrition boosting foods and herbs into your diet. Use the code HEALTHY20 to save 20% off your order. You guys can use that code anytime you order. So let's go on to tip number 4, that you can enjoy the treats, but without overdoing it. So it is okay to have some holiday desserts or indulgent foods, but you just need to focus on moderation and portion control. What is your favorite treat to have? And can you focus on that? You don't have to have all the things. Sometimes we get in this FOMO attitude, this fear of missing out, that we think these are special, but they always come back, or we can get something. And sometimes we eat things that aren't even that good. I'm now in a place where if I try a bite of something and I don't really like it and it's more of a treat, let's say, for example, something like broccoli, I might make myself eat because I know it's healthy. But let's say if I'm eating more of indulgent food, that's more of a treat, whether it's the sweet or the savory, and I don't really like it, I'll stop eating it. Versus it might just be okay and we just continue eating it. I encourage you not to do that. I want you to enjoy the desserts and enjoy the savory foods that you like and enjoy those in moderation. Having more bites of something doesn't make it any better. So sometimes it really helps to have a limit. Is my limit going to be, I'm going to have one small size treat? Because sometimes if we have that black and white rule, it can really help us when we're going to a party or where we're going somewhere. And that leads into tip number 5 here. Plan ahead for parties. So if you know you're going to have an event with lots of tempting food or at a family gathering, what can you plan ahead for? Can you think of what's going to be there and what you're going to eat? And think about, is this a time where I actually need to eat a meal? Or is this a time where I'm not hungry and maybe I actually won't even eat? And that might be hard for some of you. And that's something I work on with people in coaching, if that is. But knowing that if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat. You might have to think ahead of time, what can I do? Can I have a sparkling water, some water? Can I be chewing gum? Can I notice that uncomfortable feeling that comes up if I'm choosing not to eat? And can I be okay with that? We can feel uncomfortable feelings in our body and we can be okay. Maybe you need to think of, at this party, it might be during a mealtime, but I know they're not going to have anything healthy. Can I eat some non-starchy veggies or some protein before I go and just have a little side of something at the party? But we need to plan ahead. That helps to bring in our logical part of our brain, and it also helps us to get very clear on what we want to do, because when the water's muggy and we don't know what we're clear on and what we want to do, then most likely when we're at a party or something, we're not going to make a great decision. So we really need to make our decisions ahead of time. So I encourage you, who are you going to be this holiday? And how can you wrap your mindset around that person that you want to be? And I'm not talking big changes here, but do you want to be someone who is eating healthy and nourishing their body through the holidays and not just diving into all the cookies or having one cookie, then it's 2, then it's 3, then it's 4. And I have no idea how many cookies I ate. Who are you going to be when it comes to your health this holiday season? And think about, what mindset does that person have? If they're going to a party, what kind of mindset does that person have that you want to be? Is their mindset okay, I can have one cookie and I can be okay with that? So I want you guys to really take the time to think about this. This is a good opportunity between this episode and the one before to write down your intentions, to get very specific about what you want to do. And I encourage you to share it with someone. You can share it in my Facebook group, Healthy Beyond 40, or share it with a friend. Have some accountability for yourself. All right, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, I encourage you to share it with a friend, because the more people you can have in your immediate network that are on the same page as you, the more supported you're going to feel during the holidays and going into the new year. All right, friends, so let's get healthy together. Let's increase the community around us that is focused on health.